Okay, go ahead and walk on it back and forth here. So this is how bad it is. Just sprained it this morning.
Yes.
Went to the docs. They just said 40 hours rest and elevate.
Yep.
Okay, so she can't put anything on it. So we're going to do what you would normally do traditionally on the bad foot. We're probably going to do on the good and see what happens.
I think so.
Okay, seeing she was up and about a little bit, I just said, well, let's start here. And so we started just on the opposite leg. And we'll just go around and see how that does. And we'll just have her walk, see whether she walks better in a minute.
You'll have to edit.
So go ahead and walk back. Nice, much better. We did the toe raises or heel raises twice. Nice job. That's cool. Well, let's just do some more of those. And why don't you walk? Okay, guys, she was walking on her tiptoe of that foot at one time. Very nice walk now. Come on back. How's the walk and stuff feel to you with the ankle?
It feels good. I mean, it feels just slightly tender.
So I'll tell you a little story here. Years and years ago, somebody came into my clinic and their ankle was so bruised and so swollen. I was like, oh my gosh, first of all, have you gotten x-rays? Have you gotten the okay to be here? And they said, yes. And I said, okay, do me a favor. I want you, what did they tell you to do? And of course, the typical towels, crunches, ankle pumps. And I said, well, do me a favor. I want you to write outline in black, with a highlighter or with a marker, where all this, where it hurts the most. And he did. And I said, okay, we're going to do the bad side, all right? And you're going to tell, and he gave me a score, a pain score. And then what we did is we did some ankle, some towel squeezes. And the radius of his pain area got worse. And then we did ankle pumps, and the radius of his pain got worse. And I was trying to explore whether the concept of going to the other side would work for an acute injury. And what we did is we went over the other side and did the exact same thing we would have done on the injured side. A ton of towel squeezes. Or, just squeezing your toes. You didn't have to bother with a towel. All right? And then we rechecked the other side, and it was less circumference of where his pain area was. Then we did ankle pumps. Same thing. So I gave that information to her, and I said, look, just do 100 of them at a time. If it doesn't bother you, on the good side. Obviously, it doesn't bother her on the good side. And I said, but there's one more factor that I found out that I want to show you guys, is that I then had this gentleman do this. So it's like a non-weight bearing toe raise. So let's say his left ankle is the bad one, and he comes up on it, and he goes, yeah, I can't even do that. And he couldn't even move it. But this one was fine. And so what I made this person do is I said, look, I want you to get this motion going all the way up into the hips. Feel the freedom of your movement. Do like 50 to 100 of those, right? And then find out what this feels like. Now, not only did I give this advice just to this lady who just emailed me, but I actually did this in a marketing boot camp that I went to a month ago. And the person had a sprain and got like 80% better. So very, very powerful technique to use. And what I'm thinking here now is really sprains, acute injuries. If you do the process that you would have done on the injured side, on the good side, there's so much connection now at that acute stage that it will do the work, all right? Will do to get rid of that inflammation and stuff. Seems to be much faster and longer lasting than, ice and heat. So this person wrote me back like 2 hours later and said, Tom, this is like 90% better. The person I treated the very first time years ago with this came back the next day, and the purple around their ankle was 70% better. It was just crazy. And then now I could go ahead and do the TMR Fab 6 corrective exercise portion too. Really cool stuff. So hope you enjoyed it. There's my tip on how to use the concept of the TMR, total motion release, on an acute injury.